It crawls beneath the waves and it travels through your veins. Once you feel it creeping in, you're already dead, me friend. Better walking off the plank or let your ship hit the bank. You'll be left a bloody mess once you catch the crimson madness. The crimson madness. The crimson madness.
The daily grind got you living in the grey? Well, stop weeping into your tankard and throw a coin on the bar for Captain Seafloor, and he'll spin some lore for you. They call themselves Cornelico, and they were a collective of the bravest, baddest, shortest idiots that's ever come around these parts. They traveled all across Aventide and ended up sailing straight into doom itself. A place of nothing but death and terror. I know, because I've been there myself, but I can tell you it ain't no picnic. Their journey began some time before with a mysterious invite from a stranger that took them into the Darthwood, the forest of the dead. That's where they came upon a most unsavory figure by the name of Daye, the spitting image of one of the 7 adventurers. Turns out, Daye and their friend were merely fragments of a powerful god king, Eleazar the Deathless. One of 10 fragments, to be exact. This god king Eleazar shattered himself along the world thousands of years ago, leaving his fragments scattered throughout the world. And shattered he lay for 1,000 years. But to hide a power like Eleazar's forever? No, that would be impossible. Now the oracles of Aventide have envisioned his return, and whispers of his ending slumber echo through the halls of fate. Unless they could collect the fragments and bring them together, who knows what destruction a shattered god could want. Well, Cornelico, you remember them, set off to make Eleazar whole again. They faced monstrous clackers and hordes of undead. They felt monsters taller than an inn. And some of them even got lucky. At the gambling tables, you pervert. And now, fate leads them into the mouth of the sea and off the very edge of the known world, straight into the belly of the Crimson Madness. That's right. Dead men sometimes tell tales. Now buy me another round.
trying not to.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to MinusOneCharisma, a Dungeons and Dragons channel. We're a little bit late today, and we're missing one, but she is.
It's Jason's fault.
Route.
Yeah, it is. It is my fault.
Oh, yeah. Just always blame
apparently, Jason just left her somewhere. They went out to eat, and he just came home, left her at the restaurant.
Just forgot.
Completely forgot. I just, I don't know. Had a lot on my mind recently. It just, gone.
Wow. You want to talk about
Makes sense.
that? You okay?
No, not really.
You okay?
I don't think we
Presumably.
know.
Yeah, we don't know.
So stick around to find out.
Yeah. I mean, was it a good restaurant? That's really the question. Because maybe that's why she was like, you know what? I'm not done with my nachos.
But the food was so good, it made him forget about her existence. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
I just dreamt my way out of the front door, just lazily floated.
Oh, so went to Cheesecake Factory. Gotcha.
Yeah,
That's how I am
I
too.
would do that.
Does the Cheesecake Factory do that for you, Bobby?
The cheesecake does.
Yeah. Cheesecake Factory does it to me. I'll get that cheesecake at the end. I'm like leaving. I just forget that Denise is even with me. I'm just gone. I get in the car. I leave. Halfway through to home, I'm just like, oh crap. Forgot she's there.
Wow.
What's
Yeah,
your go-to though? Because there's like a lemon one that's really good.
Lemon one's good. They got a
Yeah.
s'mores one.
Yeah, the s'mores one's really good.
good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What's the best kind of
Oreo.
cheesecake? Ready, set, go.
Mango lime.
Down the line. Bobby.
Oreo.
Kate.
Mango lime.
Day.
pumpkin
Respect.
cheesecake? I don't know. I don't really eat that much cheesecake.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Jason.
See, I'm a cherry cheesecake guy, but I don't know if Cheesecake Factory actually makes a cherry cheesecake. That's more of like a my mom makes it and I like it sort of thing. So,
Oh,
Like just like cheesecake with like the cherries on it, or like
yeah.
Yeah, they have that. They have that. Yeah. I'm
They
sure.
do? I've never ordered
I'm
it.
sure.
It's probably not as
All
good
right,
as my
Melissa,
mom.
It's
what's
like
your
a good
favorite?
New York cheesecake, honestly. Like
Yeah.
a solid.
say
Melissa?
nothing if your favorite
Melissa can't eat
cheesecake is
cheesecake.
poop flavored.
She likes food flavored cheesecake. Got her. Ha!
Everyone heard it here. Clip it. Play
It's
it back.
canon now.
James, what's your go-to cheesecake?
I don't like cake and I don't like cheese that much, and cheesecake I think is kind of
Get out of
sweet and
here.
gross.
Cheesecake's
I'll just-
like a pie,
You
though.
just like not like sweets at all?
No.
He likes
No.
cheese. You eat pizza.
Cheese, man. My favorite pizza is cheeseless pizza. You get like
Yeah, okay.
deluxe with all the toppings and then no cheese.
That sounds
Excellent.
disgusting.
It's
It doesn't.
excellent.
It's not bad actually.
Who hurt you?
Just
Cheese,
Is it
apparently.
like a lactose issue?
Yeah.
Or like
that sounds gross. Well, you know what? Try it. Don't knock it till you try it, and then
No.
knock it, and then
I
tell me how
barely
bad I am.
like-
How much I
I
ruined your
barely
pizza.
like pizza that has cheese on it to have more than like 3 toppings. So I'm absolutely not going to eat one piled with
What?
crap, no cheese.
Wow.
What?
So Cullen leaves, and then instantly Daye becomes the pizza elitist. Like that.
I'm not an elitist. I prefer like cheese pizza. And I don't like when there's too many vegetables. It gets soggy, it all flops, it's cold, it's nasty. I don't want it.
Okay,
Yikes.
hear me out.
Okay.
I had this one time and it was incredible. And I don't know if I've talked about it here, but I will forever sing the songs of mashed potato pizza.
I'd try it. I've had mac and
That sounds
cheese pizza.
Mashed? Is it like a shepherd's
Mashed
pie kind of
potato.
thing?
No, it's
Yeah.
literally a pizza with like a layer of mashed potatoes on top of the cheese.
On
I would-
top.
I would eat that.
Did it have like pepperoni or like sausage? Ooh.
I bet little bacon bits would
Yeah, I
be
bet
good.
you could put it on it. I was a vegetarian when I had it, so.
Ah, so your taste buds were broken.
Okay.
At the
Also,
time.
shut up.
I'm just kidding. Do you guys ever do this? I do this for like, I make breakfast pizzas, but instead of like bread, I make like a really thin omelet and then the sauce and everything, and then I just steam it a little bit.
I've
So you
never
just
done
make, like, a
that, but
pizza, but it's got omelets. Got all that protein. Protein bros.
I don't really
You
like
guys gotta get your-
omelets.
You gotta get your macros.
I don't
I'm just
really
kidding.
love food that's rubbery.
Omelets? You need to make better
Well,
omelets then.
depends on
Add a
where you
little
go. Because some
milk
omelets
into
kind of
the
like more
eggs
they're more
when you're
fluffy,
mixing it,
you know,
And
than
you
they
gotta
are
cook
rubbery.
you
Too
gotta
much
cook
egg.
eggs slow, like real slow, and then a big
Yeah.
pan, and then thin it out.
Get the fluffy kind.
I
Yeah.
don't really like omelets.
have we had pizza in Aventide yet? Because you've made up ramen. We've had ramen. We've
You
had.
see, if we had made that freaking Red Lobster, we could have made a pizza too.
We
or
tried to
whatever.
make Red Lobster. We really did. I forgot what was it? We were calling
There's
it
still
something
time.
else.
It was like the
Red Rock
freaking
Spine.
name of the
Red
Red
Rock
Rock Spine. And then we were
Yeah.
ushered along, and we couldn't do our Red Lobster thing. And I was like, looking forward to that.
We're talking about the cheddar biscuits. Like
so good.
Cheddar biscuits.
we were trying, and then now everyone there is probably dead or
All dead.
enslaved or dead.
Dead,
Probably.
mostly
Well,
dead.
Yeah, now we're just
Oh.
saving the
Hopefully
world.
from just
feel
old
like-
age, though.
No.
I feel like
half
people are
from
getting
old age.
canceled all over the
Old
internet,
age.
and it's like, you said something racist. You said
Oh my God.
something sexist.
If we had
you don't
invested in
like
that,
cheese
that
on
red
pizza, and they're all gonna be
Rock
like
Spine,
3 of us. It'll be me.
What dividends it could have turned in 25 years.
right? Yes.
there,
Thank you.
James?
I don't know. I don't know.
James, how did
I'm
you
just. I'm in a
how did you
different
get there, and
mind
how did
spice.
you why
Mind
choose to
spice?
say it out loud?
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of
These are my questions.
rambling. Yeah,
Talking about restaurants and food, James.
I know. We were talking about food, and I feel like
We've moved on.
every time I tell someone like no cheese pizza, they get like, it's like I just told them I'm a 50s communist, and they're just like, "Ah, ah." That's their reaction.
Right,
They make
because
that
it's
sound
like,
too.
why bother eating any form of pizza if you're gonna have it without the cheese, unless you're
see it.
lactose intolerant.
I feel like
Which you're not,
it doesn't
James.
taste bad. It just doesn't taste as good.
No, because I only like cheese. I like cheese pizza. So if there's no cheese, then like, bye.
Well, I don't like Nutella. So here we are. I feel like a lot of people get upset when I say I don't like Nutella. You don't like Nutella, especially when Nutella was like the thing.
Europeans, right?
It was like
Well,
the
also,
thing.
I'm pretty sure the formula is different for the Nutella that's sold here. I think it's like sweeter than the stuff in.
It is very sweet.
I still like
Yeah.
hazelnut. It's like a. It's
That's
like.
fair.
It's like.
It's like fake
Nutella
chocolate.
makes me
It's
mad.
like almost
Yeah, it
chocolate,
is.
right? You're like, I'd rather
It's
just
like-
have chocolate.
It's like someone rolled like a 3 on their deception check. Like, no, this is chocolate. Rolled a 3 on the
I feel
deception.
the same way.
It's like someone trying to
Yeah.
act you. Like just
The
like,
exact same way about lamb. Kathy really likes lamb, and I
Oh, yeah.
and me. And sorry for anyone who doesn't eat meat, but like I love steak. I really enjoy it. We eat it very rarely, but I love it. And then she wanted me to cook lamb, and so I made it, and I was like, this is almost steak.
You want it to be steak, and it's not.
It's like gamey steak that's
Yeah.
like in small bits, and it was way more expensive.
I remember when I was a kid, like really young, like I had to have been in like the 4th grade or something. I started being a vegetarian in the 8th grade. But I could only eat lamb with the ranch.
interesting.
Very specific.
Mm.
I was like, no, I can actually. And they were like, but the mint jelly. Here's all these other things you're supposed to put in it. And I was like, ranch, actually.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
How about ranch on
good.
pizza? We're talking about pizza. I think
Oh, ranch on pizza is good.
That's great.
awful. Awful.
So good. So
God, it's
good.
just like, and I was a victim of this. I used to put ketchup on everything, so everything I
Also
ate was
bad.
like, hey, I'm eating ketchup. I like ketchup. But then I was like, oh, you know what? Food has flavor, and you don't need to mask it with ketchup. And I feel like people use ranch to do the same thing. They're just like, I have this
Wait.
piece of bread, and I'm dipping
What?
it in ranch. It's the same. It's the same.
No, it's
Yeah,
because
no,
it
but-
goes well with the cheese, which
But
you
James-
choose to leave off your pizza. Therefore, it doesn't make sense with the ranch. Can we
Also-
just?
It's like
Wait.
salad almost.
Also, like food has flavor. That's true, but you can still add ketchup to enhance the flavor. It's just you're adding
No,
different
not ketchup.
flavor to, not to pizza. I'm
Ketchup
saying to
only
like
takes away.
food, like
Sauces,
French fries or like
American sauces, I feel like
Burgers
are
or,
so
you know, it's
strong that
okay
they
to add
just
ketchup.
completely mask, like barbecue sauce, right?
Mhm.
You have like a thick
So
barbecue
good.
sauce. It's amazing. I love barbecue
Yeah.
sauce. Nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying you rarely can taste anything else but the barbecue
No,
sauce.
I agree. If you go to In-N-Out
It
and you
tastes
get,
good.
a double, and they throw that Thousand Island on it, that's it. That's all I taste.
sauce.
Get it.
It's
Yeah, yes.
It's good though.
I
These
don't
things
like
enhance the
Thousand Island.
flavor. I don't understand the argument. I'm so confused right now.
I get the
Lamb
sauce
pizza
packet
with ketchup,
specifically
yeah.
and just get my fries. I like rip open the little packet of their sauce and I'll stick my fries in it.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's perfect.
A
All right,
floating
guys,
head has joined us.
Wow.
Yay!
And
Melissa, are you here to save
Melissa,
us from this conversation?
Please
Melissa,
save us.
roll a death save, please.
Hey, I'm having a great time. We don't
It's
normally
for
talk
whether or not you
before the
ate
show, like before the on the live part of it. We don't talk very often like on the live part of this. So I love this right now. I'm having a
I
great
like
time.
your hair, Melissa. I don't think I've ever seen your hair up like that. I know it's not
Thank
like
you.
You're kind of giving Charlie's Angels a little bit right now.
yeah, with the,
I love
little
it.
turtleneck.
I'm feeling like Audrey Hepburn
Yes.
in the like black turtleneck, black
Oh,
leggings
man.
look.
You guys can keep
I don't know
talking
why you were
about
gonna
that.
say
That's fine.
Audrey or Aubrey Plaza. That's what I was.
Let's just keep talking about
Audrey
how
2
awesome that
from
looks.
Little Shop of Horrors. You're giving me that
Well, yeah.
There you go.
man-eating plant.
Amazing movie.
Feed me, Jason. All right. Oh, look at that. He's got Audrey 2 right there in his frame.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Audrey 2 is the big plant from Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
I don't know
Little shop,
for those.
little shop
Little
of horrors.
Horrors, little shop, little shop of horrors. I love
Okay.
every single song in that freaking movie.
I think I
I
just
know.
got an energy boost.
So
I feel,
good.
I feel energized.
Yikes. Well, then let's put that energy to good use. How about you? At last we left off. As if anyone doesn't know, we're starting D&D now.
Oh, this is D&D. This is D&D. Okay, plan D&D.
Let's get
D&D
serious.
has started.
Let's
Talking
get
about
real
pizza.
Let's
serious.
talk about food. We also
Yes.
play D&D.
So serious.
Cornelia's on our way to clown college, I believe, right?
We said goodbye to some friends last episode.
Yeah.
Some we had known for a short time, some we had known for a very long time. It was sad, but necessary send-off as Dresden and Steve went to find the cobbled pieces of the Commission, Capital City's old military force, and try and unite them under one banner to push back against the Alistar Corporation and oh my god, why am I blanking? The
Yes?
Ashen Riders. There you
Oh,
go.
never mind. Ashen Riders.
The Ashen Riders. I was like,
Okay, we
Bad
don't
Riders.
we don't really interact with them much. Okay.
Who had taken over and had mysteriously gained an ally. Some say the no-life king. You guys had just recently dispelled the Crimson Madness and Vrag, the large demon in the sky. You had taken the Arcfire. I'm doing real well right now. There's too many names. I just didn't have a
The
list.
arc sure.
Yeah.
Arc-
The
Fire Archipelago?
yeah, that. There's an archipelago
Way
in the
better
middle of
name.
the ocean. The Sunfire Archipelago, you guys had brought it back to Aventide. This giant sprawling set of islands in a swirling pattern, and all the things that came with it. Some for the better, maybe some for the worse, you don't know. However, the Oleos might be right at home with all the other lings and strange small creatures in Aventide. Has yet to be seen. As well as the implications of like other massive creatures that you had seen floating the oceans. Looked like a waterlogged, drowned woman's head, the size of a skyscraper, had come out of the sea just up to the eye line with big black hair that hung down over her face. Don't know what happened to that, but that in the back of your mind it's now out there, now a part of Aventide's great legacy. And you guys had your boat damaged but now repaired by Tuck and the commission forces who had kind of stuck together, the last vestiges of rebel forces. that had pursued. And one of the other things you had found out is you guys had only been gone maybe for a couple weeks, but with the strange way time works in these off portals and these pocket dimensions, you know that time moves faster or slower, and you had found out that 25 years had passed. And that was what made all of this possible. And so you guys wake up on the beach on this beautiful tropical island. The sound of the ocean waves coming in and going out. Your ship now lodged with this giant horn of the Okikanuka that allows your ship not only to sail the seas, but sail the skies as well. The sun comes up. You guys are alone. Camden, Steve, and Dresden. Gone off on a different destiny. There's a few clouds in the skies. The smell of sea water and sea air wafting around. And Cornelia, one thing you might notice is little crabs floating around the islands now. Just kind of checking
They're
out.
floating?
Kind of just checking around, yeah. Just like the way that their legs move almost gives them the look of that they're floating around the sandy banks. And they're just kind of like checking out. And you get the feeling that like this is a new island. Some of them kind of perplexed at this massive new chain of greens and sand and trees.
That brings up some important questions, actually. When the islands like reappeared, did they displace large portions of native plant and animal life, and is there just like littered dead plants and animals everywhere? Or did that just like
it seems to have been much less invasive than you would have expected. Almost as if these islands were meant to be here, and maybe the ecosystem was more out of whack beforehand. Now that you're here and this whole place is kind of planted securely, it feels right, like it was supposed to be here. And most of the plant life seems unaffected.
I'm gonna grab a few more crabs from my stash. Okay. But I guess I was gonna try to look for smarter ones maybe, or see if any of my crabs will attract some other ones and like they'll join the group or something, you know? Try to get some ones that'll work with me.
You find some ignore that. You find some crabs just kind of milling about, and as you approach slowly, they instantly start to back away. They're really not much bigger than your fist. And you have a small fist, so they're pretty small. But you see them, and they're pretty agile as they run along the course of the sandbank you're near on the rocks.
Can I maybe throw a couple of gold pieces too to see if any of them are naturally attracted to shinies?
Gold pieces? Yeah. You throw a gold piece, and two of them instantly run away, and one of them kind of backs off a little bit from it. And then walks up slowly, and these little mandibles come out, and it almost, what you would think would be like a little lick, just tries a little taste.
Snatch.
Pincher. Okay, you snatch it. Roll me an animal handling check real quick. With advantage, because you can kind of communicate with these things.
What? Well, with advantage, cool.
Take that.
17.
Ooh, a 17, yeah. You snatch this crab, and instantly its little legs just start floundering around back and forth, and it starts shaking, and then you and you start calming, and it's like just and then it kind of starts like looking around, just kind of calmly taking in its new surroundings.
Ooh, I got one. I'll put him in my pocket with some cheese.
Okay, yeah. Put it in the pocket with some cheese. We're still not sure if crabs eat cheese, but, you know.
You just keep all those in your pocket?
I mean, they're not always in my pocket. but they sleep. And well, they don't sleep there, but yeah, when I'm traveling, they're usually in my pocket.
But you have to like pour some water in there occasionally. Do they?
No, I never pour water in my pocket. Why would I do that?
I don't know. I just thought they'd want to drink or.
Well, they could come out to eat and drink, and hopefully they're coming out to use the restroom and doing other things, but
Yeah, and you can kind of look in your
Not
pocket,
weird.
and it's hard to tell, but they're just maybe a bunch of like small, tiny little crab cheese poopies in there.
good to note. I am going to clean my pocket later, but
Yeah, we could probably all use a wash.
yeah, it's probably
Maybe a
dirty.
bath, wash our clothes. Yeah, I mean, I've got blood on me, and I don't think it's mine.
It's probably yours.
It might be. I don't know if anyone would care to join me. I'll be over there. I'm just gonna go take a dip.
Yeah, I'm down for a swim.
Definitely down.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
want help, Rizik?
Yes, I need help up for sure. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
Okay, and you guys see Rezik with just a mangled, gnarled-looking leg. It almost looks like the branch of a dead tree that's just jutting out in different directions unnaturally.
jeez.
Great.
So, what are we gonna do about this?
Good question.
Are we
Well,
gonna like revive it, or like?
I
Are we
don't know
supposed
if
to
we
snap
can.
it back into place or something?
Yeah, it's
Just
usually
do a little
Dresden. Dresden question. He would usually pop things back in for me, and now he's gone. So
This does
Well,
not look poppable.
No.
You want me to try to pop it? I watched Dresden a
well,
lot.
And you guys look at this leg, and it's not just twisted in the wrong direction. It's thin, like maybe the size of maybe only 2 or 3 fingers width. This entire leg is just shrunk into this little tiny scraped piece.
like a baby leg.
Should we just like?
Well, Kelleyes, you are pretty good at healing. Maybe you could help me out.
Yeah, I was gonna
Potentially.
say that. I've got something that may or may not help with it. I'll just give me a sec. Let me swim back.
Thanks. Thank you.
I don't know if it's gonna do anything, but I'll cast Lesser Restoration on it.
Okay.
Not really for that.
You pull out this energy and you cast Lesser Restoration on his leg, and one of the things you kind of gleam as you're casting this spell is it seems like, though you can see the leg and it doesn't look great, but you see the leg and it's almost as if this leg has no life left in it, like it's been used up or expended. Almost as if the life itself has been burned away, like a log that's been left in the fireplace.
Well, it's not looking good, unfortunately. Not
Yeah,
sure it's
no,
gonna have much effect.
I assumed, but I really appreciate you at least attempting. So thank you.
Yeah.
Is it? Go ahead, Pup.
I was just gonna ask if there's any like sturdy wood nearby.
Yeah, there's trees and wood and such.
Okay, I'm just gonna grab a piece of wood, and then sit next to Rezik, and then look at Rezik's leg, his good one, and look at the wood. And look at
Oh,
his
is it like
leg.
a crutch
I'm
or
gonna get
something?
out
or-
my kunai and just start making another leg.
Okay.
Oh.
What kind of what does this leg in your mind, like what does this leg look like?
I just want it to look like, okay, when you say his entire leg, is it like from the knee down? Is it literally his whole leg?
It's about halfway up to his thigh. It looks just like this darkish blue color, and then life starts to come back in color as it goes up towards his hip.
Got it. I'm really just gonna do from like the knee down, kind of, and just make like a whole new, like
World.
like bottom part with the foot. So I'm gonna like try to like make the perfect thigh and then do like a foot separately. Because I'm gonna want to put it together with like a pin so that the foot can move.
Okay. Yep.
Up is that?
Okay.
Do you think that'd be better than maybe like a wheel for a foot?
A wheel?
I don't know. Just spitballing here.
I mean, I don't know if a wheel is very versatile. Oh.
And I go back and I pick up the foot.
Also, are we gonna be in this? Are we chopping my leg off? Is that what we're?
No.
I'm just making this for fun.
Okay.
Melissa, what do you think?
Up, you gonna like hollow it out? Maybe.
Hollow it. Ooh, yeah.
Chop his leg into the other leg.
There could be like a sword in there or something.
Just in case we can bring it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a cast, a permanent walking cast over his.
Kind of roll up the old leg like a little limp noodle.
Ew.
No. Can you do that?
Roll it
Is
up.
that like I'm imagining it's like petrified wood almost? Like
Yeah, does it look like Tress when she sucked out a soul? Did it look like that lady?
It does look very similar to that. Yeah.
Or like the bourgeois.
It's like all the meat of their body had just been sucked from the inside out.
Yeah.
All that's
Is
left
it like
is like this bluish
solid, or is it like
skin, and the bone itself is twisted
malleable
and
still?
gnarled and almost broken.
Like,
It's
is it
not
malleable?
necessarily malleable. Like there's still pieces of bone in there, long pieces of bone, but the bone itself, like imagine has been twisted, and so 1,000 little breaks and shards up and down the bone itself.
If we shake him, does he rattle?
One thing you notice, Rezik, when you get shooken a little bit is that, man, this hurts so bad. It is like your entire body sets on fire, and then you guys notice instantly his face goes red as if he has a fever.
Well, that was a bad idea.
From this leg, does it look like it's growing? Is it the same infection? We need to mark your infection line to see if it's changing.
Well, that's a good idea. You don't want it to spread, right? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to just unfortunately.
Wait. You know, there's. Hold on. Let's see if we can figure something out for you.
I would love that very much, but
yeah,
it's just looking not so good. So we'll see though. Yeah, we'll see.
There will be someone out there. You know, maybe
is the archivist still here?
No,
he's not.
Oh,
he shuffled off through a portal.
We had asked him about it.
Yeah, the archivist had gone to Morgana.
But it's possible when we go there. I mean, maybe not for you, Rezik, but like maybe someone will be there who has, and it's only because you're a human. Someone will be there who can like help you, perhaps, or maybe help Cornelia in her eye, or any one of our other maladies, of which we have many at this point.
Yep. Cornelius is kind of collecting them. It's like a collection of stamps, just a bunch of different injuries. It's wonderful.
I'll take you.
Yeah, your face is. You're looking very eclectic, very
How's
brave.
your stomach feeling?
Should I check it? It's just wrapped up in a bandage. Should we like sew it together, maybe?
With the advent of the magic that the party has, they were able to, for the most part, heal up that wound, so it doesn't seem as if it's a pain for you anymore. But there's a huge scar across your abdomen, and the skin itself, and you can feel like you have been weakened, just a little bit weaker on your constitution than you were before, but it seems like the healing is going to hold. There's no risk of your guts just spilling all out all over the place. I don't know why I said it like that. But like you seem to be healed, and you're no longer in any kind of mortal danger. A little maybe lightheaded still from all of the blood loss. And other than the fact that, you know, you have one permanent death failure nothing else seems to
Otherwise,
be really
I'm fine.
liking you. Otherwise, fine.
Okay,
Check
we'll
out
just
my cool
do
scar.
some.
Oh wow.
Oh, looks that's pretty. Oof, it's pretty cool. It's kind of like a smiley face. Kind of just goes.
And the
It's a
scar
little-
itself is vast
Doing a
because
belly
it wasn't
dance.
necessarily.
When you move it around,
wasn't
yeah.
it wasn't a cut. It was a tear. I mean, this was a claw, a serrated claw that had sawed your abdomen apart. If not for your incredibly tough abs of steel blocking this thing, you would have been totally.
Ooh, I'm
dead.
writing that down. I have steel.
Yeah.
Is that it? It's canon?
Cannon, mithril abs.
But yeah, you and I will just do some physical therapy every morning. We'll just work out together and get back to being tip-top shape. It's all good.
I
We
can
need
help.
to see a therapist too.
We'll be our trainer.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay, awesome.
I'll try to
Great.
keep up.
Like I put the leg next to his like normal leg.
I might get abs finally.
This is not right. Okay.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close though.
Yeah, pup, roll me Troy a d20.
Add anything? Like add a
Just a d20.
advantage? 13.
13. Okay. This leg's looking pretty good. To the outside eye, it actually looks like a pretty decent replica. It's not like a beautiful master crafted piece of woodwork, but that also might feel out of place in this group.
When I'm done, you can paint it.
Oh yes, that'd be really cool. Maybe add some flames on the side.
Yeah. I want to
Awesome.
see if I can find a way at the bottom. Like you could put in like a little piece to put a wheel on, but then you could take it out and then you could put in a piece so you could put the flat foot part on.
Ooh, that's fun. Yeah, that's very versatile then.
You're
That's
gonna be a
great.
true pirate, Rezik.
I have not heard Puff make that noise before. They are very excited.
That's a new one. Wow. I don't know if that was excitement or horror. Sounds like
Maybe one
excitement.
day you could lose a
I'm
leg too
excited.
and be a pirate as well.
I
No, that's terrible. I'm sorry.
Did I
was just
turn
trying
into I turn into
make it
Rezek
fun.
without the leg?
Hey, there you go.
Perfect. Look, now I could be a proper pirate too.
Hey.
And you actually find puppets way easier to fit this thing. Now that you can just make a perfect replica of him to just try it on and then
Oh.
chip
And
it a
I like
little
try
bit.
to like I continue on as Rezek, just making the leg and like putting it on myself
Yeah,
and trying to make it as possible.
yeah. And as you guys are doing that, a very familiar older gentleman with a little bit of a hump and a massive hearing problem kind of stumbles up. Oi! I can't
Hello.
tell. Did you respond?
I'm hand on shoulder, lesser restoration on him too.
Now, this is a man who has seen some things and has been through a lot. And most notably recently, became hearing impaired. And that was very tough for him, especially considering the places he went
mostly tough
directly
for us.
after.
Yeah.
Slug looks up at you. Something in his eyes, hard to tell what it is. Gratitude, hunger. You can't really
Can
tell.
you hear me now?
All right, what are you yelling for?
Oh.
Stop yelling! Stop your yelling! All right. Yes, I can hear you. Just
It
fine.
worked.
What are you yelling at me for? Oi, where are we headed? Huh? Where are we taking this ship? If you need to, I'll take the helm.
Yeah, I believe you will. Well, we're heading roughly to Morriganna, which is going to be either a long way around or a long way over, depending on how we go.
Whoa. Ain't them the elves?
Yeah.
Ain't them the elves gonna kill us?
No.
You sure?
Maybe.
I hear
Hmm.
elves eat babies.
Okay.
Nobody get pregnant.
You know, we had an elf on the ship for like
Yeah,
weeks.
smelled like baby to me.
Well,
All powdered and such.
Literally everywhere
Didn't
we've
trust him.
gone, we have had a chance to be killed.
Yeah,
True.
maybe we should stop going places. They're
We're
gonna get us
doing-
killed.
Seems like we made good choices. We're still alive.
Yeah, look at your eye, huh? Good choices.
do we still need you around? We could just get rid of you.
Now you need me. You need me. Because what are you gonna do with the ship? Who's gonna take care of the ship when you're all getting killed?
Hellwise?
No. Kelwise don't know how to take care of a ship. He can steer a ship. That's what captain's job.
You know how to take
place
care of
to
shit,
place.
Hellwise. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so happy you can
uh,
hear again, Slug. This is great.
What do you mean?
Listen, hey,
What are you
Killwise.
talking about?
So, Pup mentioned they would love to look around for maybe the mother. They heard that Dick Waylander saw them around these isles.
Well,
So,
I don't, because the Fifi put in like Fifi because they met a Fifi, you know.
yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe it might be someone. I don't know if it's like my mom Fifi. It could be someone else. I don't know. What if they're all
That's
called
true.
Fifi? So like, if we have other things to do that are more important, like we don't have to. Like, it's fine.
We're 25 years too late to save the world. Let's go find your mom.
But
That's fair.
I feel
Yeah.
really bad because Dresden just left in such a hurry, and I feel like that's much more important than something like this. Like, we really should. Like, unless
Well-
our ship is still being fixed.
It could be argued
Maybe?
that you are still the link to saving the world, and that knowing more about your past would only help that, which in fact would mean that finding your mother would in fact help us help Dresden.
Yes,
Accurate.
that sounds good, and also like not an insane amount of responsibility that is now stressing me out.
No,
Agreed.
it's not responsibility. What? No.
Okay.
All right, boat's been taken.
So how should we go about that? Are we just gonna like drive the boat around and yell Fifi, or do you
Is the boat
think
ready?
it's mostly ready?
The
Uh,
boat, yeah,
let
the boat's ready.
That's
We
ready.
can always
repaired
ask-
completely.
Mr. Waylander, if like he remembers exactly where he met Fifi, so we can like go to that island specifically, because all these islands are in like the same places, right? As they were in the, because they just fell technically.
It's
Yeah.
the
Is
reason.
Dick Waylander still here, James? With
Yeah,
us?
Dick Waylander is up the coast, and you see him and his daughter sitting on a rock, and it's weird because he's got his little appendage, little octopus-like appendage, and he looks to be just staring out to sea at something on the horizon.
Do you think he'd want to come with us?
Is he looking for his ship, maybe? It was destroyed,
Hard to
wasn't
tell. And
Yeah, go
you
check
look-
it. Go check it out, Pup.
Yeah, and Pup, you can see something on the horizon too,
Oh,
like almost like a little dinghy.
looks like there's like
moving
it looks like
towards
there's
you.
a dinghy out there.
A dinghy?
What kind
There's
of
a
thingy?
man on top
Like
Like
a
our
of the
dinghy?
A man on top of the dinghy.
and he seems to have his hand in the back of the boat in the water. and
No.
the boat
Seems to be touching the
moving
water.
towards
The
you.
back. It's moving towards us.
it? Uh-oh. What does that mean?
That can be only one person.
I
He's
don't
dead.
remember.
And we watched him die.
No. Oh, maybe this is a parallel of our world.
No, remember
Slug is
he
acting like
He can't die.
Captain
right?
Seafloor can't die. Yeah, he has a seraphim
Yeah.
inside of him that is like makes him immortal or something like that. Ugh, is right.
why can't Slug remember that he was deaf?
What?
Why a lot of things, really?
True.
Can't remember
think it's
I
just-
was what?
You didn't.
very-
You couldn't hear anything. You don't
No.
remember.
Very
That's not
simple
true.
man.
I
That's
chose
month.
just to ignore you.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Never mind. He's just being an idiot. Got it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Duh. Of course. I can hear. It's dumb.
Like
Why wouldn't I be
ruffle
able
his
to hear?
hair.
Oh, that kind of feels good. Don't stop.
Yeah, I know. Also, I'm glad that you're not ignoring us anymore.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, sometimes I hold grudges, especially against little horny one over here.
Oi.
But, you know, I can't
because
stay
the
mad at
horn.
you
I
guys.
got confused.
Yeah.
Can I plug Slug's ear with wind?
Yeah, roll me a sleight of hand. Like maybe your mage hand kind of just makes a vacuum.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Yeah. You plug his ears, and he doesn't even flinch. As you know, like he's just completely deaf right now. But you just see this small bead of sweat slowly drip down the side of his face, and his eyes just flutter the tiniest little bit, but nothing else. Just a poker face solid on his face.
So, like, what are we gonna do?
And
Well,
Seafloor, who you can clearly see is Seafloor now, coming up fast, comes
Trouble.
and his boat just kind of on the waves, and then onto the bank, right up under the sand, and you see Seafloor, and he looks exactly as you remember Seafloor, not a day older, not a scratch on his body. Hi! Oh, hello everyone!
Oh, hi!
Imagine
You're
seeing
alive!
You here. Well, I
Imagine
thought I'd
seeing
see you
you.
again.
Did I?
Yeah.
Was
So
I?
good to
I
see
can't
you.
remember if I's trust was. I wasn't there for this. Did I ever actually meet him?
You did meet him.
I did meet
You
him.
went to the
Okay.
Grimjaw Strait. You guys had fought the Clacker.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I wasn't there for the first half, but I was there for the second half, so I would remember him. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And you got to see Rezik, very old wounds, Rezik, of the shards of these glass teeth shattering inside your body.
That's right.
That's right.
Loved
Kind
it.
of Come
So
back.
fun.
Yeah.
Elwise lost
Yeah.
a finger, I think.
And this guy's got really shaggy, graying hair, and he looks old, but he's spry, and he moves in a really lanky but very lively way. Hello! It's so good to see you. Hey, you, Rezik, you owe me a book.
How the hell did you find us?
we saw you get eaten.
And why did you leave us to die?
To die?
You were taken
leave
off
you to
when we were
die.
all just stranded on the island or the boat, wherever we were. You were just taken off.
What?
What?
What are you talking about?
I
Now
You
you're
remember
making
this?
things up.
What do you?
Of course
What? How do you know us?
How do I know you?
Yeah,
Who are you?
refresh my memory. Oh,
Well, you guys accepted. Going up to the Grimjaw Strait. We fought a clacker and got a book. Well, you got a book.
Well, we fought a clacker and we beat it, and then we got a book. So that's what we did.
Oh,
I
potatoes.
don't know what you did. You kind of just
Tomatoes.
got drowned in the water and then never was seen again. So I don't.
Drowned in the water. You think I could drown? Ha!
Well, you didn't come back up, and we presumed.
Well, I got swept down the stream.
Oh,
Perfectly
okay.
reasonable.
Water?
How'd you end up here then?
I wasn't exactly
We're on-
conscious. All right.
It's been 25 years. How the hell
It's
did
been-
you find us?
A, 25 years, and B, the other side of the world. How are you here?
Well, the slipstream. It called me. It told me my good friend was here. And you see Dick
Good
Waylander
friend.
just stunned. A look of just awe on his face.
That checks out.
Little Waylander! And he slaps him on the back. Whaley, how you been? And Waylander's just, sir, it's been so long. First captain, I didn't expect to see you here. And you see Seafloor kind of looking around. Where's Eddard? He owes me a ship, you know. His last one was faulty. I don't want to say anything bad about his captaining skills, but it sank. You know?
We've heard that.
It wasn't my fault.
Lots of ships.
All right? That's all you need to know. Wasn't my fault.
Yeah. I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing out
Eddard,
here?
sadly, Eddard isn't here anymore. He's in a different place.
What does that mean?
Well, without getting too complicated, he gave up his life to save us, in a manner of speaking.
Oh, that's so Eddard. Always doing that, you know? Wow. Well, that's too bad. You
It is.
You guys got a nice ship here, huh? You don't need a captain, do you?
No.
Nope, that's Kawai's. He's a captain.
Yeah, got one. Got a captain.
Oh, a captain
good.
now. Ah, I see. I
Well,
see.
I was a captain then too, but the ship was smaller.
True.
Yes.
Like
true,
yours.
True.
Yeah.
Well, shoot.
Yeah.
And you guys see this little creature pop out from his shirt, like a little hood. A dark black hood with red, like very fine embroidered, almost lace on the end of it. It pops out and it stares at you, and there's just a dark nothingness behind it, and these two little eyes that peer out like little gemstones. It whispers something in his ear. It looks at you guys and then pops back into his shirt. Oh. I see.
Who's your friend?
Fifi.
Oh,
Wait, that's Fifi?
Well, it's a Fifi.
What?
You've heard
Why
of
are
them?
they? That's not its name. That's just what it is. It's a Fifi.
A Fifi. A seraphim. You know. Well,
Oh,
you
a
know.
seraphim, a Fifi, a fifim, a seraphim.
Sure.
Why do you call it Fifi?
I don't know. That's what it said his name was. Hmm.
Well,
Is that just what you call all seraphim, Fifis?
I guess so. How about you,
Can you
Aylander?
ask it if it knows a Fifi with fees?
And he
my
kind of
ears.
looks, and the thing pops out again, and you see this little, like, almost metallic looking blade, long pointed blade on a stick. And he pops out, and then looks at all of you, and whispers into his ear.
Ah, yes. Are you speaking of Mother?
Yes.
Well, I haven't seen Mother for quite some time.
Wait,
Very,
is its
very
name
long
Mother?
time. Well, I suppose so. I don't know. They don't really have names in the same way that we
Why
do.
did you call it Mother?
Well, that's what he said it was.
Is there just one mother?
I suppose so. There was 10 seraphim, right? Oh, that's what Phoebe says.
There's only one, two,
Do I
three,
remember the?
four.
Remember we were at the temple and it had all the pictures of the different seraphim?
Mhm.
Were there only 10?
There was 10.
That's what I'm trying to
exactly.
remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you had talked to Eddard a little bit, and he had said that, like, each of the aspects of Elazar had broken off to kind of imprison each of the seraphim away because
Oh, that's
they felt
right.
like they were breaking the world and they were damaging the source heart in a way that it couldn't repair. They were making changes to the world of Aventide that didn't follow some cycle of rebirth.
Was this hooded one on there, or this is a different type of?
Yeah, it does look like
Oh.
one of the symbols you saw. It almost looks like
Hey,
oh, was that?
hey, Dickie.
Hey.
Hey, you mentioned that you named your seraphim Fifi because you met a Fifi in the past. Was it this one over here? Was that the Fifi you met, or was it the Fifi that we
met a
met,
few.
the mother? Oh, you met a few Fifis.
Hey,
All right.
there's that.
Did you ever
that
meet one of
clown
these?
boy. Hey, maybe a long time ago.
How
Very
long?
briefly.
How
Oof,
brief? Does it
was
say
there.
wolf?
I saw it,
Oh, different wolf.
and it was gone in an instant, like a blink of an eye. A traveler
That sounds
of
like your
sorts.
mother. Yeah, they're really, really fast. Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, that's good to know. Hey, Captain Seafloor, would you mind giving us your fee because we're trying to save the world and we could use their help potentially. We already
Give it
have
to
some of
you.
them along with us, so.
It's not mine to give.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, maybe Pup can talk them into joining us then, I guess.
Yeah, maybe just ask nicely.
You want us to join you?
Just
I
Fifi,
don't
not. I mean,
know.
you don't need
I
your
don't
help
know. There's
specifically.
only enough room for one captain on each ship.
Mm-hmm.
Can I talk to Fifi?
Sure, if you want.
I go over
And,
and put my hand out.
You look and you put your hand out, and it kind of looks up at Seafloor, like very, very, very weary. And it pops up and it straightens this long cloak. It's got this open-faced long cloak that drapes all the way down just a little past its feet. And its head comes up proudly, and even the sunlight around him seems to darken. And he starts to float up in the air and slowly moves over to you, and like almost like as light as a piece of paper, lands on your hand with this long staff and a curved blade on the end of it.
I kind of put it on my shoulder.
And it just kind of stares at you.
What's up? I'm Pup. Are you Fifi?
And it kind of crooks its head and looks at you, and really looks deep, and it doesn't really talk, but you get the sense that it finds you very familiar somehow.
I want to get out my little music box.
Mm-hmm.
Does this mean anything to you?
It looks at the music box and it instantly just freaks out, jumps up, and floats back to seafloor. And as you do it, Kelwise, you and as well as you trust, you can feel the seraphim inside you really kind of recoil at this box. And
Not
they kind of
Cornelia?
start trembling. And
Not Cornelia's?
Cornelia, yours as well. All
Okay, I
of
was
them.
like,
the whale
Their
inside
bellies
you.
are all
Your
spicy.
little stomach starts to do a little dance. They all recoil from this box.
It's opening my seam.
Oh, Pup, can you put it away? They
Yep,
don't
yep.
like it. My belly
Yep.
hurts.
Yep.
Thank
sorry.
you.
Sorry.
Strange. I haven't-
That is
I
weird.
reckon that's the power that locked them away. Yes.
Oh, that makes sense.
I guess.
Interesting.
You know,
Complicated history. My
Yes.
goodness.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. I just don't know where I came from. I think that I'm kind of part you, but also part where this is from. And I don't really know what it means. But it'd be cool if you came with us so that we can figure it out.
And it whispers into Seafloor's ear.
All right. I guess we'll go with you. But if I'm not going to be the captain, I need to be master, commander.
No.
Would you take mate? Like not even first mate. It'd probably be like fourth mate, probably.
Yeah.
Fourth mate. Look at me. I'm the proud
Assistant
owner of my own
to
vessel.
the-
And he smacks the dinghy.
First mate.
I have my
Yeah,
own
oh.
ship.
And we can bring it with us. And you're more than welcome to captain that ship anytime you'd like. Just not the ooh.
Okay. I shall
Actually, we're gonna
retain
need a
my
new name.
captainhood.
Yeah, definitely.
Over the dinghy? The dinghy shall be my domain. Captain Seafloor of the
And your
dinghy.
dinghy.
Really
Yeah.
a vast empire. You.
Dinghy number 2, by the way, because we already have a dinghy. So
That is true.
Ah,
Yeah, we'll call
Or,
that one
or if
Dinghy
you would
2.
like Dingy 1-2 or Dingy 1.5 or...
Oh, or B. You can Dinghy
Or
B. So
B.
you're the B
Dinghy
team.
B.
There you go.
the B team.
But
Yeah.
I have the bees.
No, not the bees, but Team B, your mama of
It might get confusing.
I just
We'll
walk away.
We'll call it Dingy 2. Yeah. Dingy 2. All right.
Kevin
I don't
C4.
want him to have my bees.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't
Oh,
get
he
your
won't.
bees.
He won't. Don't worry.
No bees.
Have you met Slug? And I'm just gonna turn him and just introduce him to Slug real quick.
I've
Slug
released
looks
the
him
air.
up and
by the
down.
way.
Just kind of.
Oi, you might be the greatest captain I've ever laid my eyes on. I would follow you into any storm, sir.
And Seafloor, you see there's almost a
He's
glimmer
truly remarkable.
in his eyes.
You two are gonna get along just
a
fine.
mist.
Yeah, they're good.
Sir,
Yeah.
The B team.
Slug. You are unlike any sailor I've met before. I would be honored to take you on as my first mate.
And Slug kneels. And Seafloor does the strangest knighting ceremony where
Feels
he
like
just spits
treason.
on both of his hands,
Feels a little
rubs
bit.
his hands together,
Yeah.
and then just slaps him on the cheeks.
So Slug's no.
Gotcha. Reminder, Slug, you came with the ship. You were still working for us.
That's true.
FYI.
You- Up until moments ago,
Oi, I
we're
can still clean your ship, take care of it, and be first mate of the B team. All right? I'm multifaceted. I've got many different complex parts to my personality.
Don't get too complex for yourself. Know your lane. Just know your lane.
All right.
Okay. All right. Well, great. We have Captain Seafloor, which is great for boats to have him on their ship because he never sinks a ship ever. So I'm glad you're on our team.
as long
This
as
is
he stays
wonderful.
on the dinghy, hopefully we'll be okay. Listen,
Yep.
no plan is
Ever
ever
met
perfect.
a ship I couldn't sink, huh? Ah, I'm
It
kidding.
doesn't
gonna
say
go
that.
I'm
horrible.
kidding.
That should not be your
I'm
saying.
kidding.
Oh, how did
You'll
you
be
find-
fine. Wait, question. You are or are not immortal?
Haven't
Who are you
tested
asking?
that yet. I'm going with probably am not.
Oh, interesting. Okay. That changes a lot.
Is it
I
does.
half am.
You are?
Only half. I just
So you
don't
can
remember
only-
what my previous or my next one is.
Ah. Confusing. That happens to me all the time. But I don't have to die for that. I just forget things all the time.
Wait, so I could like try to kill you right now and you wouldn't die?
Well, you couldn't kill me.
Can we
Because
Can
I'm
we
too
practice-
strong and fast.
practice fighting on you then since you don't die? Or does it still hurt?
Yeah, why
Fighting on me?
don't you die? Because of the seraphim? Because we all have seraphim. Does that mean we can't die?
That's the power of our friendship. We've been together for years. Old Eddard trusted me to look after Fifi here. And look after Fifi? Well, really the other way around. But we're good friends.
So
You'll be
Fifi's
amazed
giving
what
you.
the power of friendship can do.
Indeed.
So if that's Fifi's power, I guess, is staying alive.
Sounds like it. Yeah, just kind of making you unkillable, apparently.
Is your deference toward the slipstream also controlled by Fifi, or is that just you? Is that a you thing?
Oh, that's a me thing.
Oh, wow.
If you spend enough time on the sea floor as I have,
Yeah.
you learn a few things.
Should be on the sea surface.
Or is that because you get sunk to the bottom a lot, so you end up on the seafloor a lot, and then you learn things?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
Pretty
time
much.
to contemplate.
Mm.
The big questions, like, what's for dinner?
Yeah.
What's for dinner
yeah.
tomorrow? What's for dinner the day after tomorrow?
Yeah. I'm beginning to think that maybe us taking the sea route is a bad idea. I think maybe we'll just fly. Is everyone okay with that? Anyone? Any complaints? No?
Sounds
I
good.
Fly.
Great. Perfect.
Sure.
I have some thoughts.
And you guys just kind of push on to the ship as Seafloor and Waylander kind of catch up. And as you guys kind of walk onto your ship, Waylander and his daughter, arm in arm, stop at the gangplank.
I can never repay you for what you have done for me, reuniting us like this. But I think my seafaring adventure days are behind me. I've done lots of terrible things that I'm not proud of. But I've got a chance now to make up for that with my daughter here and give her a better life than I gave others.
I mean, honestly, thank you for not backstabbing us in that battle. You're an honorable man. Good job. Thank you. Good job.
Oh, I'm much more in stabbing in the front, you know?
Really appreciate
looking
that.
into their eyes.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Really
Life
the gentlemanly way.
drained slowly from them.
Well, we are happy to have met you. You've definitely proven yourself an honorable man, despite our initial encounters. So,
yeah,
good on you.
But beware, someday I may get to ship back. And when I do, you better watch out.
Why?
For Captain Dick Waylander.
Keep your daughter in mind, and hopefully you keep it on the up and up.
Wait, you mean like you're gonna be like really cool? Like, look out for the cool captain? Or is it like you're gonna try to kill us eventually or something like that and attack us? What does that mean?
Be well, all of you.
And he slowly starts walking.
All right. Well,
they just start
that was
walking
ominous.
arm in arm into the ocean.
Okay.
And slowly under the wake and disappear.
That's not... Oh, I figured they were going to stay on land for some reason. That was completely unexpected.
And you notice, I mean, Dick Waylander especially, other than his like kind of more human-esque torso and legs, he was very, very, very octopus-like. And same with his daughter.
Oh, she was also octopus-like. I pictured her as human. My bad.
Oh, no.
I missed the tentacles.
She was, yeah. 8 arms, just like him.
Oh man.
Couldn't have missed it.
I mean,
She kept it really well hidden. They were just kind of like tied up in like a bun.
Her arms?
All but
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, well.
So
What an interesting day this has been so far.
Yeah, it's been yeah. Well, okay, so we're gonna fly. That sounds great, Kelwise. There's actually a pretty sizable lake near Morgana we can probably just land on when we get there, so that works out.
how do we stay hidden while flying? We probably don't want people to just see us flying around.
What are they going to do? We're flying in a
they
ship.
can't reach us.
Are they going to fly and meet us?
I don't know. I figure if there's bad people out there, they might tell people where we're going. I don't know.
Remember when we were going to that ball thing and we had to make like a float and we floated in and we made ourselves look like a dragon or something?
Yeah, the dragon. Yes, that was
Can we
fun.
just put like clouds underneath our ship, like with however we did that?
Well, you could probably fly above the clouds, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I love that, but we also put clouds under our ship, right?
I'd be down. That sounds pretty dope. Yeah.
Would that make us more or less noticeable? Probably less noticeable.
I can't do it like indefinitely, but I can definitely make it for a little bit. If
Well,
we need
maybe
to,
just
like an
if-
hour.
We were
I
going
think.
over
No,
big
10 minutes.
cities and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
How
know.
did you do that?
Magic, just a lot of illusion magic.
Yeah, but like
that I
what
can
kind?
do.
Like a minor one?
That one was, I think that one was like a, let's see here. That one was like a major image. No, minor image. Let's see
I
here.
can help if
What's
it's a minor one.
Oh, okay. I can also do, I can do major images now too, so I can do the bigger ones. That was silent image. That's what that was. Yeah. But yeah, that's a good idea. If we're ever in trouble, we can like start casting and like creating clouds underneath us to kind of obscure us from the enemy. That's a very good idea.
Yeah, I just don't know if we should announce to the world that there's flying ships. Maybe it's happened before, but
For all we know, everyone has a flying ship. It's been 25 years. Maybe they're just like the new fad.
Oh,
Boy,
gosh,
wouldn't
what
that be
does that do?
crazy?
I look up to see if there's any traffic in the sky.
No, looks pretty clear today. Looks pretty clear traffic-wise.
One of the things you noticed, Trust, there were all those fish flying through the air before.
There were? Oh, yeah.
They're all gone. None of the
I
fish
wonder where
are flying
those
through the air anymore.
fish went.
None of the whales were floating through the air.
Are there dead fish all over the beach?
There are not.
Maybe they flew somewhere else.
Interesting. Well, we should get going, yeah?
Definitely.
Imagine fishing while flying? Oh.
I do want to address Cornelia's note, though. It is a concern that maybe if we are flying over land, maybe someone will see us and then give us away immediately. But maybe we just either be very careful along the way, or take the waterway as much as possible and then fly. I don't know. What do you all think? I think that might work. I don't know.
Just between you and me, it's really just seafloor that's got me worried, right? I mean, he's got a bad track record.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything, but yeah, he's definitely like a hazard. So
it's concerning. And we just had the ship fixed again.
Yeah.
So,
like a day ago.
Well, is it worse for him to sink us in the water or in the air?
well,
Ooh, yeah, air. Yeah, air for sure.
Air would be much worse. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, boy.
Didn't think about that. Okay. Well, we could maybe try the water for a little bit.
All right.
And if things start going south, we could definitely take to the air. And maybe we'll just, keep it at a survivable distance.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I don't know. Everyone just keep an eye on him because
Yes, definitely. Keep an eye, please.
Plug.
Maybe they'll distract each other and then both of them won't be a problem because they'll be like just hyping each other up.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, maybe there's something we can have them do even, or distract them, or I don't know, give them some playing cards even. Give them a journal to write in.
I don't know if either of them can write, but maybe.
All right, and you guys kind of get this boat ready to go. It had pushed up on the sand just a little bit, but using the Okikanuka horn that's now implanted in the front of your ship, it's not hard to kind of just have the ship glide off the sand and back into the water. You guys kind of get the thing ready to go. You've still got plenty of provisions. The people at Eddard's End had pretty much stocked you up on food and provisions. Just in case, before you had went, and Vrag's castle didn't really take that long. Where are you headed?
It's roughly east, right?
East?
More or
We're
less.
going west
I'm
for
going
sure.
Or
west.
west?
Are we going-
Yeah.
Sorry, west. Yeah, conventional.
Okay. Yeah,
directions.
Just making sure.
Yeah. Again, the map that we have, apparently the edges aren't actually a thing where it goes around like a globe. It's like those are the edges,
Well,
and
it
just
may.
you don't know what happens after that.
May go around.
Nobody knows.
It may
You
go
can
around.
Always
Why?
try.
It may be a flat map. We don't know. It's not. It's not.
Do you have a copy of it?
Yep. It's actually in maps.
It's also on the
Let me
Discord.
see if I can share. Hold on.
I'm just looking at
The
the one
old
from
map.
Discord. Or from Discord, from the Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we can't go just straight north, huh? Because we're pretty far.
That's not a bad idea. We could follow, once we get back to the mainland, we could follow the land
Yeah.
all the
That's
way
good
north
too.
and west around, which is a fine way of doing it. That's means that we're not retracing our steps, which is
Yeah.
potentially a good thing too.
That was the original plan
All right.
before we could fly. It was
Here
just
we
like,
go.
a straight line's always
If this
faster.
works.
So I thought,
Straight line's a little faster.
And then
There we
how do
go.
we
Yeah.
find Mother?
You guys, if you can see the map.
That I don't know.
Probably don't.
You guys were here in Zurich, you had gone east to about here somewhere, and that's where the Sunfire Archipelago had now popped up. Circle back. Moragana's up here somewhere, and there's these huge mountain ranges that swirl around. Yeah. So if you guys are about right here, you'd probably be sailing west, and then coming through this, and this right here is the Mirage Forest, and then the Potzenshire is just this bottom part. This is where you grew up, Pup. And somewhere, maybe along the way, is a little a town full of very small zapatos.
Shoes?
Shoes. Very small shoes.
And we do know that's the only way to go in.
Hopefully
right
there's
there,
a
right?
clearance
We can't
happening.
Go north.
Good thing I have small
And
feet.
then go down south on the
You
land.
could go north and around. That would probably be another week or so on the to do that.
Oh, you
if
would
you
think it
wanted.
would be faster on the water then, because that seems like a long time to travel on land. Do we know how long that will take us? That land trip?
Well, the boat itself travels much faster when not in the water, just because you're not fighting the waves themselves.
Oh, I see.
But-
How we fly over.
Yeah. If you were to take that, you could very well land or just come up the top. You can definitely come up the top and park around the other side, or even just try and go over those mountains, though they're pretty tall.
Here's the thing. We haven't tried a non-water landing. I don't know what would happen, how we would fare if we were to try to land a boat on land.
Well, again, there's a pretty sizable lake near Morgana, but the problem is, I don't know, do we have to like kind of refill on water whenever we use the pumps? So we probably wouldn't be able to just keep going forever. It would need to be refilled, right? Or does it kind of like recycle
I figured
the
it was like
water
a
as it goes?
hydraulic system, and yeah, it was all self-contained. Good question.
Okay.
Well, you guys took them out and then reloaded them and didn't have to get. We were able to go up and down.
Oh, right. Yes,
Yeah.
they did
It's
reload
not,
it. Okay. Yeah.
It's not a crazy amount of water. That
Okay.
is
So we'll need to
distilled
go.
with.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. The boat is pretty much a clothesline system. We'll just think of it like that.
Cornelia, what do you... we might be close to where you came from. Might be close to where Pup you came from.
Yeah.
What do you think? It's either stop by there or completely avoid it.
We have time? I feel like we're kind of time crunch a little bit because of Dresden. And I don't want him to feel abandoned.
I just want to make sure we go a way that we know, or if we're going to explore, I don't know, we can get some more information to make sure we're just not going somewhere where there's more monsters or sea monsters or...
Pretty sure anywhere we go, there's going to be a lot of monsters. Yeah.
So maybe we do go through that route, and then travel north on land or fly over it. But I don't know. I'm down for whatever.
Maybe better to follow over terrain that we know than foreign terrain. Makes sense to me.
Or if we know it's heavily populated, would there be a lot of people if we fly over that, Jaymes? Where you said there's tiny feet?
People? Not really. I mean, there wasn't very many settlements around where you grew up. It was mostly just you guys, and then there was the mountain tribe who lived kind of in the mountains that you traded with. And you had heard some way deeper, but mostly it was just the elves to the north, like the far north, and then any other traveling caravans that kind of came by, but you never really got visitors. And that was a very, very rare occurrence. So
I
not
guess we
really.
think about it. We're traveling right now, right?
It's gonna take a while anyway. Yeah.
Just start heading
west.
Okay. Are you traveling by water or by air? Because you travel about twice the speed by air, but there's always the complications that air brings.
Let's start with the water for a minute, and then
always
we'll make our
float
decision.
just a little bit above the water. That's always a possibility too.
Oh, we don't have to go all the way up in the sky. That does make sense.
This is true.
But that's
let's start in the water, and then we'll gradually take
you guys,
to the end.
you guys take
off.
off
We're in ship shape.
west, and as you leave, you can see the sprawling swirls of hundreds and hundreds of islands that make up the Sunfire Archipelago leaving, and really the now that all this crimson fog has lifted, you can see far in either direction, and this archipelago is huge, way bigger even than you guys had even kind of tipped the surface of. You see that massive volcano far to the north where those salamander tribes were, and kind of that the markings on that map, and the strange Oleo Isles. And as you kind of start to leave those all behind, a deep ocean fills the horizon and nothing else as you guys start to head out towards Moragana. And I think that's where we're going to take our first break of this game. We're going to go a quick break, everybody. And we're going to go use the bathroom, and then we're going to be back to play a little bit more. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Right back
after these messages.
It crawls beneath the waves and it travels through your veins. Once you feel it creeping in, you're already dead, me friend. Better walking off the plank or let your ship hit the bank. You'll be left a bloody mess once you catch the crimson madness. The crimson madness. The crimson madness.
You know what the real nitty gritty of DMing is like you are a for free therapist, like for your friends.
It's true group therapy.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like
there's no
actual
therapist.
Group. Yeah, there's no one with a degree. There should be, but there isn't.
No one's certified to actually help somebody else.
Yeah, everyone just sits down around the table. You introduce yourself. You say like, "Hi, my name is Kakarot. I'm a Saiyan." You know, you go into your life story, tell everyone your problems, but then the real problems come out. And there's no one there to help. DM's just fucking trying to put out fires left and right, keep emotional eruptions to a minimum.
And I like nothing more than when the players take over and then I don't have to do anything and I can just watch.
I mean, there have been times where I've sat back for like an hour, like a literal hour. And it's not like, it's great. And it's not like they're just planning and like just making a dumb plan that you know is going to fall apart. They're like talking about shit and they're like, blah, blah, you know, and every once in a while, they'll be like,
therapy.
Exactly. But it's so good. It's so good because it just costs pizza and beer. Yes.
Yeah. Right.
In a good game. If people are actually actively like bringing their real self, there was a long documentary about it. I believe it was called The Real World.
The daily grind got you living in the grey? Well, stop weeping into your tankard and throw a coin on the bar for Captain Seafloor, and he'll spin some lore for you. They call themselves Cornelico, and they were a collective of the bravest, baddest, shortest idiots that's ever come around these parts. They traveled all across Aventide and ended up sailing straight into doom itself. A place of nothing but death and terror. I know, because I've been there myself, but I can tell you it ain't no picnic. Their journey began sometime before with a mysterious invite from a stranger that took them into the Darthwood, the forest of the dead. That's where they came upon a most unsavory figure by the name of Daye, the spitting image of one of the 7 adventurers. Turns out, Daye and their friend were merely fragments of a powerful god king, Eleazar the Deathless. 1 of 10 fragments to be exact. This god king Eleazar shattered himself along the world thousands of years ago, leaving his fragments scattered throughout the world. And shattered he lay for 1,000 years. But to hide a power like Eleazar's forever? No, that would be impossible. Now the oracles of Aventide have envisioned his return, and whispers of his ending slumber echo through the halls of fate. Unless they could collect the fragments and bring them together, who knows what destruction a shattered god could want. Well, Cornelia Co., you remember them, set off to make Eleazar whole again. They faced monstrous clackers and hordes of undead. They felt monsters taller than an inn, and some of them even got lucky. At the gambling tables, you pervert. And now, fate leads them into the mouth of the sea and off the very edge of the known world, straight into the belly of the Crimson Madness. That's right. Dead men sometimes tell tales. Now buy me another round.
You guys all kind of hop on, and very quickly, as you kind of lean forward, intending to move, these things just whoosh, and jump off this huge cliff. And you guys just feel this rush of air hit you instantly. Some of you exhilarating and fun, some of you terrifying, as they catch the wind. And now that you're moving east, the wind with you, those winds just accelerate you at maximum speed as you're flying below the level of those pillars, and your leather dad is just sliding and slipping between these massive pillars, and it's not more than 45 minutes before you start to see the ocean on the horizon. And another 45 minutes up, and then you see your ship, and you all come to a landing on the beachhead. What are you guys doing?
I'm getting the hell away from this thing. Go, shoo! Get out of here!
And you notice your boat, your little rowboat, dinghy. There you go.
Dinghy.
Still right when you left
dinghy.
it. And when you get over there, you notice that there's like this tiny little crab sitting on top of one of the planks, just kind of looking up at you.
You too, shoo!
And it starts to
Can I
move
grab
away.
him?
Yeah. And this tiny little miniature scream comes out of this crab.
Oh, he's a screaming one! Yay!
Well,
let's
still alive.
Let's never do that again. Everybody in the boat.
That was awesome.
I loved it.
Steve is just going to stare at the water.
This is water, Steve. Get in the boat.
Steve jumps out of the boat.
All right, drown, kid.
Oh, Steve.
Sorry, I just need to know what that felt like.
There's sharks in there.
And as you start to ride,
Nope.
Like, you see my little, well, it's way out of focus, but like, yeah, it's is there like enough space to maybe put like a little collar, like around there,
I gotta
like a
keep the
balloon?
Balloon.
Yeah.
Like in Shrek when they blow up the frog and just
probably could.
Exactly.
The Seraphim can't survive an Aventide unless they're joined with a host. Similarly, as Kelwise had joined with Quinquano, and Pup, since you're half and half, you don't have a problem sustaining an Aventide.
I see. Hey, Steve.
What?
Touch your toes.
What are you trying to get me to do now?
Nothing.
I know you, man. What are you trying to pull?
I just Look,
Oh my
it's
god.
very simple. I just want you to bend over and have this whale fly up your butt.
Is no one else?
I think you
An
have to like
applicant?
look at it and make a connection, and then it'll just like go up your butt on its own.
I'm not sure that's how it works.
Does anyone else volunteer to make the whale go up your butt? Because that's awkward.
For the meantime, I'm also going to do some fishing because I could use some good food.
That's fair.
Some
That's fair.
bizarre food over there in Hojo.
The whole place is.
Except for the
Oof.
pastries, y'all. And the ramen.
Otherwise, you didn't like the food I bought you?
I didn't like the food that costermonger just forced upon us, really.
I don't know. It looked pretty good to me. Then again, I didn't have it.
Okay, well, there you go.
I was
Maybe
too
that's
busy
why.
buying it.
Ah,
All of you.
yeah.
My issue the whole
that is
time was
true.
they're just like, it's hard to find meat. It's hard to find meat, and I was just like, well, what meat is this? Mystery meat? What kind of meat are you feeding me? Like, I don't.
It was 100% mystery meat.
Yeah, it's people.
Yeah, you are now a cannibal. Congratulations.
Hojo Green
No,
is
you guys
people.
can't get trust anymore for eating souls when you ate a person.
It's true. That's a good point. At least we didn't eat their souls, though.
That's a good point. I don't know how we would have done that.
That's pretty good.
Probably with a fork and knife would be my guess.
Or a straw.
Makes sense.
Ew.
Draw.
Anyone else doing anything?
Staring at the water.
This is your first time. This is your first time on a boat, isn't it? How exciting.
See, someone appreciates it. You need it. Thank you.
Validation.
Exactly. Kelwise, you hear awesome.
Hello, everyone. We're back. Welcome back.
What's up?
We were just talking a little
We're back.
video game magic. Video games. I just want to say, video games, as far as like story goes, have come so far.
They're pretty
Like,
awesome.
I'm just always impressed because I remember playing like Final Fantasy 1. They're like, there's a crystal. Ah, the world is ending. We ran out of memory. Stop writing dialogue. Right? I mean, not to say it was bad. I mean, those games were great. But, you know, like, and then like Super Nintendo got a little better with like some of those games.
Yeah.
And PlayStation really opened it up. And now we've just got like The Last of Us, God of War, which we were talking about.
You started like things that were made until like 1996, and then you were like, and now in 2022.
I said PlayStation 1. There really wasn't a big jump, I feel like, until like things like, I don't know. Have you guys ever heard of a game called Life is Strange? Really great.
Have you ever heard of this game?
No.
Anybody?
But like an entire game that's like way more about the story than it is about like, you know, combat and battle trees and things like that. Like, interesting. I loved it.
Yeah, it's great.
Like those old text RPGs. Walk into forest. There are ropes. Grab ropes. I'm like, riveting storyline. Riveting stuff. Meanwhile, we are on a ship.
We're grabbing ropes.
We're on a
baby.
boat, and it's going fast, and
Here's some ship music. There we go. On to the high seas as we travel west, following the sun as it sets into the horizon. And as you guys chase the sun west, you notice the skies far to the west, dark and black. There's a darkness that's kind of settled over the southwest region, and every once in a while you notice that there's these massive lights that kind of light up the sky, and it's so far away you don't really notice what it is, but it's so bright that it almost echoes off the stars as you guys sail westward. Sail. And you know, deep within the Ebon Rock Mountains, this massive dark black chain of hills and impossible skyscrapers is the heart of Myantis, which is this massive volcano that had been active but slowly.
Is there a my uncleus?
Ha ha.
Nice.
Yes.
Great.
Yes, there is.
And as you guys travel, and you
It's
guys
just
kind of are
an
traveling a little farther north of that, and a couple weeks pass as you're just heading westward, and you see in that week
we're just going for a couple weeks past.
Oh, a couple weeks. Okay.
Well, it's just basically bright open seas until you hit that coastline. Yes, Pup.
Just during those weeks, I just really want to like make Rezik's leg nice. Since weeks have passed, I would like to put like leather outside of it because I do have like practice work
Leather?
clothing and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if I can.
Oh my gosh, you're
like,
so
like
thoughtful.
around the leg and stuff with like a little laces. I know how to make clothes.
And
I give you the biggest hug. That sounds dope.
well, it's not done yet.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
We're gonna roll and we're gonna see what this leg turns into. But Jason, you had something?
Oh yeah, I was. If weeks are passing, then I want to be able to do some stuff while the weeks
got a few things probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up?
We've been fighting for
What are you
so
doing?
long. I'm sure I'll have a list of things I want to do.
What am I doing? Well, mostly I was going to roll for how much sailing I had to do, so I could figure out how much better I get at it. Usually, actually,
strangely enough,
Rezik-
like it's easy. Sailing through the air is like fantastic. There's so much less to think about. It's mostly just feeling the air currents. And while it may feel a little bit more foreign to be in the air, using someone more attuned to the wind itself, Cornelia is actually able to kind of feel her way through the air itself. And she can kind of guide you to follow where the wind is going and almost kind of listen to the sounds of not just that, but the changes in winds. And as the winds change, she's able to kind of pick up on that and let you know.
Cool. That's helpful.
As she mimics trust.
And I'm sure I'm gonna have other things to do, but I can't think of anything. But I'm sure Rezik has some.
Yeah,
things
well, and it takes you guys about 2 weeks before you hit that big bank of land, and you see this massive pit filled with red sand right at the edge, and massive dark clouds and red skies to the south of you. The heart of Myantis, this massive volcano, is impossibly large, and it's spouting out all this black into the sky, and there's just lightning and all kinds of just kind of destruction. It looks like chaos and anger all in the skies around them, and you know that maybe 50 miles to the west of that is Capital City. But shrouded in that kind of dark swirling cloud, you guys head off and around. And meanwhile, in that 2 weeks, you're all free. For so long, you guys were on the clock trying to beat Vrag to his own game before he released the Crimson Madness off into Aventide, and now you kind of find yourselves with an abundance of time. Kind of too much time for some of you. And we know Pup is working diligently on this project. Pup, you rolled a 13 to kind of carve out the leg. You rolled pretty well. The leg itself looks good and passable. At least the basis, we'll say the chassis for the leg. Nice, solid work. What else are you doing with this?
Could I have seen Pup doing it and like where they can roll with advantage because I like am good with carving wood from my village just by chance. If I saw Pup doing anything, like, that would have
we're all with each other, right?
Yeah, if Pup.
You want to help?
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty good with that stuff.
Yeah, I would love to help. I'm really good with like the cloth part, and I have like the idea for it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're good with the wood part,
Roll a d20.
Me or
Melissa?
Pup? Nat 20.
Oh,
Leslie's gonna have
Liar.
a
Keep
good
that
leg.
Nice.
Good
Um,
leg. Good leg.
and so many little techniques that you would not have thought of, Pup, and you actually learn a lot about wood carving during all this. But Cornelia has a way with this, a very, very
With knives.
precise manner with knives in general, and she has a very strong attention to detail. And what went from a chassis or just like an outline becomes almost a work of art in and of itself, but ready to be enhanced with leathers and such. And so, Pup, what are you doing with it after?
Here you
After,
go,
like-
pup.
It's beautiful. I love it.
So like, I want it to be like rounded at the top, so like the nubbin part of his leg can fit in his thigh.
Okay.
And I want it to like attach leather around the outside to go around that part of his leg,
Okay.
like up to a belt with like a little strap
Mhm.
that goes up, so it
Kinda hooks
attaches like
onto a
nicely
belt.
to the belt. Yeah. So like on the front
Okay.
and the back, there's like a strap that goes up to a belt for it, so that it doesn't.
Okay.
Like, fall off.
Yeah, and so you kind of whittle this through, and using leather straps, you kind of attach them onto this thing. Meanwhile, you guys had marked that line on Rezik's leg, and Rezik, you notice pretty quickly that line is creeping up, and it's almost got this dark violet hue, as if your veins are still being feasted upon by the remnants of some force, some hungry force, just kind of floating in Aventide.
If we think that maybe it's. I mean, do you think it could be soul magic? It looks like it's getting drained from your
Well,
body slowly.
If it is,
That or
the only one
gangrene.
here that would be able to help would be Trust.
No, let me sniff it. I don't know how this works.
Does it smell of cinnamon, Trust? Do you smell it?
Trust, roll me an investigation check.
Right.
It looks like it smelled like beef jerky.
Oh,
It
gross.
does. It definitely does. It does smell like beef
Maybe
jerky
if
for
you
sure.
throw up
Investigation. 13.
13. Yeah, you look at this, and it is similar to that chaotic soul magic, and it's almost like there's these tiny little specks of light that are feasting upon Rezik's flesh. They're hungry and they're empty, and no matter how much they eat, they're just not satisfied, and they're only eating tiny little bits here and there and just slowly moving up his leg. But you feel them, all those little
I
spirits.
feel them. Do I feel like I can eat them off his leg?
You might.
Suck it up.
Yeah, like almost like
I drink
mites or
your milkshake.
aphids on a leaf.
Do you like make it a permanent thing, only suck so many so they keep growing?
And they're not really.
Depends on
they're-
what
they're
happens
kind
when
of-
I eat them.
They're empty. They're like bubbles almost.
Oh.
So like they don't have any substance inside them, although they try and fill themselves using Rezik's body as a conduit. You might be able to disturb them, or even just like pop them, so that they burst and disappear. But you'd have to use near surgical precision to do. You might damage his leg in the process.
To pop them, but is there is there enough of a similarity, like the makeup of them? Is it similar to whatever magic
really
is?
a
I can like.
soul. It's not really like a soul to be sucked in. It's more of almost like a void, the void of a soul, the antonym of it.
Okay.
It kind of seems like you can try. You might be able to save what's left of his gnarled leg by doing this.
Yeah.
And then maybe your other option would just be to kind of amputate the leg.
Well, can I try to just how big? Like how? There's real tiny. And if I like pop one, you mean like just like poke it? Like
Yeah, it's not really like something you poke with your finger. It would be kind of something you'd use your spiritual force to kind of wrap his leg in your aura and then try and slowly cut out, almost like cutting out the bad parts of festering flesh. You'd be like taking a scalpel to just cut these little things out of his body.
well, I can try and cut these little things out of your body, or we can take the leg off. So I say it's worth trying, because if I mess up, the leg's got to come off anyway. Because otherwise they're going to keep eating up your body. Like, they're not going to stop. They're just going to keep eating you.
You know, I trust you. I think that, I mean, yes, I trust you. Try it. Why not?
Music change.
Trust. You open your aura. This deep aura, and you feel this kind of negative force. Clearly the remnants of just a sickening amount of core. This drug that eats you from the inside out, and even when you're done with it, it still continues to feast upon you. And this core, though it's a negative vacuum, it's a negative emotional vacuum as well. And
that's a mood.
You realize these things are dangerous because until they're removed, they'll keep on feasting on him, but they'll feast on anything, including you. So you have to be very, very careful.
All right.
You pull out the different pieces in your mind, and you kind of visualize this place that you're in is kind of a place of your own creation, as you see these small little mites, core mites, just kind of eating up his leg, and in your mind how they kind of appear almost like little bugs. How do you remove these things?
I want to. So they can't. So they're empty and they're trying to be filled, right? Okay. I want it like to explode them from like the inside out. So like forcing air, like I don't know if it's air, because I don't know how they work. Like if I could force air into them to like pop them, or however I have to do that. You can force
maybe energy into them. Like,
okay, energy.
And maybe too fast to cause them like a thunder wave. It's just a shock wave of energy, just too fast, and poof, they'll pop. Possibly. Roll me a d20 and add your charisma. And let's see how well this goes.
Charisma save or my regular charisma? Just regular charisma.
Charisma, just regular.
Okay. That's 8.
An 8. Rezik, you feel
sorry.
This incredible amount of pain, as it's as if your nerves are being stabbed with a small needle.
I thought that leg was already dead. How is there anything left?
Well, they're eating up the living part of his
that's
head.
pretty bad.
That's true.
Pretty bad.
And you start to feel numb, as if you can't really even feel the nub of your leg anymore. Daye, you see this thing pop, but you also see it tear into his flesh when it does.
Sorry, first time trying this. I'm sorry.
There's 3 more of these things kind of feasting on him in your area, and you're not sure that if this continues, you might cut the feeling to this appendage for good, or you might save the rest of his leg.
Well, if I don't try, then we just have to chop the thing off, so I might as well try.
It's better not to feel it if it's off.
Okay.
Do you think there's any way you could, instead of just like bursting them, do you think you could maybe transfer their energy into a different vessel and go on a journey with me? And I pull out one of the crests from Hojo that I still have. Like,
okay,
well, this is essentially
a snack,
right? But it's been made into a crest, a biscuit. Maybe you could, and I don't know how you would do it, but maybe you could transfer the energy that is feasting on Rezik's leg into a sort of a vessel or something, like a bottle. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds pretty genius, actually, Kellawise, and I have a few bottles we can use.
Wait, so you want me to... like if I put this near them, they'll try and eat it instead of his leg, and then we put the crest in something airtight? Is that what you're saying? That's
like a pie on a window, sill or not, pie next to a window where you just kind of have that smell kind of waft off of it and make them kind of go towards it, and then
there you go.
Pull them out.
Give them something
all the way.
else to eat, maybe. Yeah, maybe even
All right,
maybe
I
we
take
could like
the
get a
crest,
fish or something.
but I also give it a nice like.
And yeah, it surprisingly smells sweet.
It's like
No, that's not surprising.
It smells like warm cookies.
You've had these the whole time. You know
cloudy
these
day.
are like instant turn trust into a baddie biscuits. You didn't give me one earlier for the fight.
Now, in their form, they're solid. It's not like you can absorb them into you. In this form, it's almost like they've been solidified past where you could use them. You kind of, when you bring in a soul, like you can feel the fresh taste of a newly separated soul. These have been separated and then solidified and hardened and crystallized, and they're very old, but they're the wisps of that soul still kind of...
I thought my mom was eating these. What was she doing with these? I thought she was eating them. She wasn't eating these?
She was collecting them.
Oh.
For some reason, but
I thought
she wasn't eating them.
Oh. Well, okay. I put it, like, run it over his leg, like a little magnet or something, see what happens.
Okay, you start to do that, trying to, instead of explode these things, you're trying to pull them off
like a
onto
magnet,
this.
yeah.
Roll with advantage, another charisma check.
Okay, so that is 22.
Okay.
22.
Okay.
Yeah, it's much easier to get these things instead of to surgically kind of cut them out like a tick. You give them something more appetizing, and they let go on their own accord and move to this disc of these chips. And you take them, you quickly put them in a jar and seal them off. And you...
Hope they can't eat glass.
You can still see them kind of eating slowly this bit. No one else really even notices they're there. They're kind of just this idea. But once you remove them, you can kind of see that line about halfway up of his thigh. You no longer see that almost force eating away at his leg, though it has eaten a ton, and basically right above the knee is pretty much everything from about the top of the knee down is pretty mangled and dead, and you can feel that there's no life left really from that, but you've kind of saved the bigger part of his kind of quad area.
Ooh, thank you so much. That feels much better. Wow. Good thinking, Kellwise. Wow.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, thanks, Kellwise. Sorry
What
about
else
the
were they gonna be
first
good for?
one. I just hope they can't eat through the glass. we just put them in?
Throw them over the board.
Oh no, don't throw them over. We definitely want to examine those further and do some research. They shouldn't be able to get through the glass. I don't think.
They were just trying to kill you, and now you want to research them.
What kills you makes you stronger, right?
So what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
What doesn't kill you makes you
actually.
stronger. Sorry, yes, that's accurate.
What kills you makes you dead.
That is true. That is true.
Is that why we're so
Permanently.
strong?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely why we're so
died
strong.
1,000 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like that almost works better for our group specifically. What kills you makes you we die all the time, literally, and then come back somehow.
What kills you makes you stronger. Every time you wander further along the path, and you just don't die.
Wow, man, you can really just make up lyrics on the spot, can't you?
Sea shanties.
Kind
Cow.
of my profession, but all right.
That was amazing. That could be like a #1 hit or something in some areas of the world. Wow. Okay. Well,
Right.
thank you all. That's great. Thank you so much.
So do you still need your leg?
I definitely thank you. And
Yeah,
the
we
leg
don't
looks
Do
beautiful,
you
by
want
the way.
his leg? You ask that very weird.
I was just checking. That's all.
Oh, do I still want my
I was
leg, like
ready,
my
just-
physical?
Well, I
Appendage?
don't know. Can you just keep it on? Is it heavy? Can you walk with it?
Kind of like shriveled up. It's like a little baby leg on the bottom there, so it's not too bad. It's kind of like
I start
Sounds
hollowing out the prosthetic leg more.
Yeah. And that part of your leg is pretty much turned a blackish, kind of almost goopy black, kind of in color
Goopy?
in the bottom. Yeah, and it does have a very distinct smell to
I was
it.
gonna ask the smell.
Almost of
I don't
like
think you could keep that around, Rezik.
what you think, like a jerky kind of
Jerky?
It's like
old
teriyaki jerky.
Old
Yeah.
jerky.
Yeah, not so much the teriyaki. Maybe the terry bull.
I'll keep it clean. I'll keep it clean. You know, I'll make sure to wash it daily, and hopefully we're good. Not too smelly,
maybe
and
We'll get some
drippy.
flowers for you.
Yeah.
I don't know
Let's take-
about how that works.
I don't know
And
either.
as you guys discussed this, a couple days go by, and it used to be
I
that
had more
like,
things I wanted to do
long
though.
discussion.
it used to be that slug was
Darn it.
the absolute worst smelling thing on the ship.
Oh no.
Oh
Now,
right, yeah.
You know, it's a hard tie, and you guys are still traveling and doing stuff. But you know, a few days pass, and it becomes pretty clear something has to be done about this smell.
Oh, what do you guys think if I use my fire breath on it? Will it like cauterize it, make it stop oozing, kill all the germs?
No, then it'll smell like burnt leg. That can't be.
Yeah, I think we've got to take this L as it is and just chop it off, guys. I think we've done all we can, really. I appreciate the effort, but this is just a
gets to
sad
chop it.
affair. Yeah.
Who gets to chop it?
Oh, Cornelia seems very prepared to chop it, so you get first swipe, and if you fail to cut it off entirely, Pup can go next.
Maybe
You
you should
seem-
get the blade hot.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for this because this is.
Yeah, you're way too excited about this, Rezik. Hold on. Let me get you some mead. A lot of mead.
So should
That's
I
a lot
chop it
to-
off where it still looks
Yes, thank
good,
you,
or
thank you.
where it doesn't look good anymore? Which part do I
Where
use
it
to start?
fits in this. So like, and I point I try to fit it next to like right there. We should draw a line. Can you draw? Yeah, like right there, probably.
Probably.
Roll me a medicine check, Melissa.
Only Dresden were here. He'd know.
Yeah, right. He would definitely.
I have decent medicine.
Sorry, you don't get this
Sorry.
dice anymore.
I rolled a natural one.
Ooh,
Great.
nat 1. Yeah, you look at the leg and you're like,
I don't know where to cut it. Good thing I
because
haven't
you
cut it
know
yet.
if you cut it, you at least know if you cut it too low, you're gonna have to cut it again. So whatever he feels the first time, he's just gonna have to feel again.
I'm just
But you cut
looking.
it too high, and the higher
And
up
then
you cut it,
sweating.
the less strength that leg is gonna have, because the more of the muscle is going to be removed. And so, Pup, you look at
Yeah, can I
Cornelia
look at it and,
staring
like-
at this leg, and you're like,
And I'm like,
She's like that math
Sweating.
meme.
Can I just tell you where to cut it?
and so roll me a medicine
And then
check.
cut it there.
Yeah. I'd be
Do we need to like tie something around his leg first, like a tourniquet?
so that's a good idea.
Bleeding.
I rolled
Yeah,
an
let's
18.
let's get that going.
18.
Yep, definitely.
You've seen these
The
kinds
old
of wounds.
Goth out and
Um,
just
Yeah, there you go.
A
Well, it's
couple
not
of
that one.
the
It's gonna
woodland
get really
animals
bloody.
have gnawed off limbs sometimes to get away
It's
and
already
escape from
bloody.
things, or sometimes just from this very
Bloody.
thing, like something happens to their leg and it literally dies while still attached to them. And you've seen them, animals in the wild, kind of gnaw up to a very specific point. It's pretty brutal and gross, but you've seen them do it, and be better off for it. And so you kind of make a educated guess to where you think the natural line would be to cut. And you point out to Cornelia about this. Cornelia, what are you using to do this?
I was just gonna ask, does anybody happen to have a spell that would just instantly slice a clean cut so we don't have to use a
Now-
weapon?
You
What?
know that Trust does have that disintegration property to her fire breath. It's not really a burn, it's more of a dissolve or just a destroy
We'll just
on
eat
the
up whatever.
atomic
Oh.
scale, really.
I was thinking maybe if Calwise could like put some water, ball of water around the good part of the thigh, and maybe if I then hang his leg over the side of the ship, and then and then the water, and then
That's a pretty good idea.
As long
I was
as
thinking
it
maybe we
fits
just
to this
slam it in a
line.
door a bunch of times.
No! See, I was thinking maybe we can get a sword and then set the sword on fire and then just chop it off with the sword, and it's hot, so it like stops it from bleeding at the same time.
It cauterizes
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it's.
I
I
think
mean,
the cauterizing part is important.
practically that makes sense, but it sounds really painful.
If only we had a
Um,
giant axe.
If
No.
only, right? Yeah. All right.
We do have
If one of
an
you
axe.
maybe, and you hear Air Karate kind of
Oh, Eric
fill the
Roddy. I always love hearing
room,
Eric
with her
voice.
magic. You know, if you
Hi,
instead
Erica.
of cauterizing, you do have magical healing. Just if
That's
that
true.
was prepared, you could
That's correct.
maybe save him the pain of searing his flesh closed.
Erica,
It's
always a
also-
sensible one. Thank you for bringing that up. Yes.
I feel
Just
like
a
a
thought.
hot blade cuts easier also though. So we could do the hot blade and then the
Then
healing to get
heal.
rid of the pain.
I liked the disintegrate the leg, but with the ball of water, and then we heal him right away. Personally, I don't know. Rezek, do you have any?
Well, can you guys work
Uh,
together? It's gonna be.
Well, yeah.
I could try to bite
Tiny
it
crew.
off.
Nope. Yeah, let's do the disintegrate, I guess, one. I don't know. This all sounds
Okay.
painful, but I think, yeah.
Biting might not be too bad.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right, so you could pick.
You know, and again, this is I'm just throwing things out there because we're throwing things out there. We could dangle your leg in the water and wait for a really big fish to come and bite it off.
Okay. Now we're nope. Absolutely not. Yeah, let's just. I think we've had enough ideas. I think they're all very good ideas. Yeah, let's just take care of this thing with the disintegrate.
all right, little buddy, could it be your time to play?
And yeah,
Get some
in
water
your
ready.
mind's eye, you can feel that small little crocodilo creature kind of get ready, the lizard man.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
And you
Hold Rezek over the
who's-
side.
Somebody's
make sure-
holding
cover
the,
his
how,
eyes.
are you holding the leg?
Holding the leg?
Yeah. Like
I
how are
wasn't-
you guys doing this? How are you positioning this?
I think
I
Am I holding him over the side of the boat? Cornelia can hold his leg out with her mage hand.
Okay.
And then we got
How Eyes does the ball of water.
Got water.
All right.
Got
And then,
disintegrate.
yeah, I'll have Eva hold my hand just because I'm very scared right now, and this is gonna be horrible. But
Okay, yeah.
I'm doing
Eva,
it. Let's go.
Eva holds your hand, and she can't
I love
even
you.
look. She totally looks away. All right,
Look
and
for me. Look for me.
Pup shows you exactly
Repeat
where
after
to
me,
disintegrate.
Rezik. This is why we don't do drugs.
This is why I don't do drugs.
All
All right, roll me a charisma check as this black, almost clearish flame comes out of Trust. And let's see how accurate you are.
15?
15. Rezik, you don't really feel much at all. It's strange. But the rest of the people around you, their eyes kind of like, oh, as they see, you all see this leg just dissolve and disappear in this giant wave of floating, what looks like heat, but it's so much more than heat. It's just antimatter as it streams through, and the very air gets sucked and destroyed, and this big vacuum kind of sucks in Kelwise. Even the water you're holding just dissolves, and the water itself holds to keep this leg in place. The mage hand, even almost like a spike to your brain, the mage hand is eaten. The very magic itself is eaten by the breath, and it's not something permanent or anything like that. It's just it
Do
just,
not
you
want Cornelia
feel
mad at
like
me.
Someone takes it's like someone took a needle and just stabbed you in the brain. And Pup, as you're holding him, it's not even like there's any push. This wave of disintegration doesn't push him forward. It's just gone. And immediately you guys look, and this leg just starts spurting blood.
Your wounds.
Did you start yet?
and you cure wounds real quickly. And as the wounds start to heal and mend, and you guys see the stump start to close up, you start to feel it. It's as if a burn slowly starts to happen, and then it's your leg starts to burn more and more, like it's being held over a hot fire, and it gets worse and worse and worse. And as you look down, you see the sinew and bone and muscle kind of mending itself together to close this wound that is just a missing leg. And as it mends, that burning sensation slowly starts to cool off into like a damp, cold space.
My God.
You did it, buddy.
And
I
maybe
need to
Thank you.
2 inches up from the knee is just a stump.
Take a nap. Well, guess you do deserve a nap after all this work. Thank you, everyone. This was an ordeal.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, Rezik, if you pass out, it's okay. Don't worry.
No, I'm not gonna pass out. I'm fine.
Okay. Yep.
And then I go to sleep because that just gave me a point of exhaustion.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Maybe I just fall asleep on the deck. I'm just gonna take a nap right here.
Take it out.
I'm gonna take a nap right here. I just fall asleep on the ship.
Okay, so you fall asleep on the ship.
Good job, Trust.
Yeah, and everyone kind of just the excitement of this kind of washes over you. You know there's at least another week before you kind of, as you travel much slower now, kind of moving over the coastline, over this giant red sand desert. There's just desert off to the left and to the right over this big, it almost looks like a crater of sorts that dips down into this big red sand desert that extends in this huge vast area as you guys start to head around and up towards the forested area. And you guys spend maybe a couple days doing this. Is there anything you guys wanted to do in the next couple days?
Yeah,
I do, but we just did my leg stuff. So yeah, Jason, go first, please.
No. Mine's very, very quick. So you do you.
No, you. Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say I'll do a quick one then. So I definitely tell Trust early on to hit up Razma with that moon ring because we have no idea like where he is or if he's even still alive or anything. So a night that has a full moon, maybe hit him up.
I'm not awake, but I'll do that
Okay.
next full moon. I'll keep my eye out.
And it, let me see. Where's the full moon? Oof. The full moon is actually 1 day away.
Great.
One day
Jason.
away.
I wanted to spend just a little bit of my time. Like, I took some wood from the deck of the ship or wherever we could find some wood, and I just I shaved just a little bit off, like a ½ inch, and I fixed it to the heel of my boots. So I'm just a little taller.
Oh.
Just a hair.
A little wedge. Giving you
little
a
wedge.
I don't know. We'll call it a
Nice.
lift of sorts.
A little bit of a lift.
Okay. So, Kelwise invents platforms, or the early versions of platforms. Yeah, and you give yourself maybe 2-3 inches there, and you
No. ½ an inch. Half an inch. That's it.
Half an inch.
Just
okay.
½ an inch. Yeah.
Okay.
For now.
Fashionably taller.
Or you're gonna like
I'd be
gradually.
tripping. Yeah. We'll get there.
Okay.
So you don't notice it.
Honestly, I have 3-inch lifts for my job, and
Dude, what's that like?
it's
Oh my God.
it's awesome. As someone who's 5'6", to be 5'9" is awesome. Let me tell
That
you,
is.
it's crazy because you stand in these things and it's just like little tiny things. Your world has changed. Like I'm like, oh, I can just kind of see over the refrigerator now. Like it's just that little bit of lift makes a big difference. Your worldview changes. That's
The more
neither
you
here nor
know.
there. Yeah. So yeah, you give yourself a ½ inch laying down.
Just a little.
And yeah, the boat kind of sails through. Another day passes, and the next night you notice, as you guys are starting to travel outside of this red desert, another day through, you start to see this vast forest. And it's still kind of like the evening when you start hitting this forest line, and immediately the trees, the smells, the mountains. Cornelia, this looks so familiar to you. This place you immediately recognize. The Mirage Forest, the south end of the Mirage Forest, home to one town, Tiny Boots. Your hometown. Now you know you're pretty far away still. You're about another day's trek away, but Tiny Boots is just a slight veer to the north on your way to Morgana. And you keep that information in your head, but meanwhile the full moon starts to rise slowly in the distance.
A full moon.
I don't remember. Does this ring work the same way?
3 taps is the way to find out. Always.
Yeah. You tap this.
Check.
You tap this ring, and you see inside it the face, a familiar face of a man. Now, there's some gray along the temples, and this man's skin looks a little rough, tough, lived in, but unmistakably is the face of Razma Edenbow. Now,
Wait, question. I forget. Have I talked to him since I was killed and frozen and unfrozen? Or have I not talked to him since that?
You did speak
Okay.
once.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. Yes, right when we came back. Okay, yeah. Okay.
trust?
Charisma?
I had thought you were dead.
I thought you might be dead.
Well, I should be. After what's happened here to my family.
Where are you? Where are you stationed?
Well, it's not safe to talk about that here, but I'm in a safe location. Where are you?
I'm on a boat.
Where have you been?
Well, we went in a whirlpool and we ended up in a place. Guys, what was the place called?
Eddard's End?
Yeah. Sunfire Archipelago.
We were in Eddard's End, and we stopped at Crimson Madness, and it was 6 months long, and when we came back, it had been 25 years. So we're trying to catch up. Yep.
Wait, the Crimson Madness.
Yep.
That took the Mirrorlands.
Yep, we brought them back. They're back. Yay!
You brought it back.
Yep.
The Crimson Madness.
No. We brought the land back. We got rid of the madness. We brought the islands back.
The islands.
And yes.
I trust you. I don't. Unfortunately, I've not heard any word of an Eddard's End.
The mirrored lands that they disappeared from the ocean at some point, right?
You're talking about the Sunfire Archipelago.
Oh, okay. What's the mirrored lands?
The Mirrorlands is this giant desert. It's where Steve came from.
Oh, okay. Right.
And from what he's telling you, it seems like the Crimson Madness has kind of ravaged that entire continent.
Okay.
You had noticed that one. You remember there was a boy who was infected back in Zurich, right? And that had kind of spread slowly.
Okay. That's right. All right. Well, so, I mean, it doesn't make sense because we barely understand it, but there were islands and they disappeared and we brought them back, but we killed the thing responsible for the Crimson Madness. So hopefully that's done.
Well, we've been containing it as best we can. I can check on it. It would be a giant relief for it to be gone for good.
Yes.
Unfortunately, those dead lands, well, they have not been inhabitable for almost a decade now.
Nasty business, that Crimson Madness.
Indeed.
It's a shame that it got so uncontained. And I look over the people whoever was there, Cornelia, when the guy lost his necklace and exploded and spread it around to everyone. Right shame that was. Hope it's fixed. We're trying to get somewhere that's hopefully safe. Dresden left us. I mean, he's alive. He's not dead, but he's not with us anymore. But he's not dead. I mean, I don't know if he's dead. He's not with us, so I don't really know if he's alive or not. But he's no longer with our group. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Corporation. I don't know how they found out, but they've been searching for him for years now.
Guys, isn't that who he left with?
No, he left with the commission. He's okay.
Okay, never mind. He's fine. Does anyone else? I don't. You guys can join in on this conversation. I don't know all the things.
You're doing great.
We can't
Okay.
hear.
You're doing really good. Yeah.
But also,
But yeah,
Well,
I mean,
say
maybe ask.
Capital City,
Yeah, you've been
after
good.
it fell to the Alistar Corporation, strange aberrations started showing up. And the Commission forces and the princely houses were overrun. And they all had to
Skeletons,
scatter.
right? Dead people showed up.
Well, every one of our soldiers who fell in battle rose up to fight for the enemy.
Yeah, that sounds like Daye. Ah, shit. All right. Yeah, we're trying to fix it. I'm so sorry. We've only aged 6 months. It's so strange. I don't understand.
No, I thought you just aged well.
Oh.
But
No.
maybe that's just my old eyes.
Oh, you're not that old. We just trying to figure out how we fit into the world now, I guess. It's strange leaving for 6
I
months
have
and
to
coming
say,
back
yeah.
and finding out 25 years have passed.
I too am surprised. I had thought you lost. Well, maybe if
No.
you're back there is a chance. Capital
Hopefully.
City's forces march north to the Elven lands. They seek to destroy the last bastion of resistance by the elves.
Well, it's a good
So-
thing we'll be there to help fight them off. Wink.
If you can, I think probably the only plan of action will be to destroy the source of these creatures. They're nigh unkillable, you know, on their own.
Yeah, I really hope no one made a deal with the leader to leave him last.
Well, if you can get through to the elves, I have petitioned them many times. They're stuck in their stubborn ways.
We sent the archivist ahead of us. Hopefully he will get them to accept us, and also with this news, hopefully they will know we're their last chance.
Well, if you do get the elves to aid, we just might have a chance. We've been watching the capital, and we think in Anaxis Castle, whatever force is creating this unholy scourge was held up in there, along with Hoaxus.
Oh, good. He's still around.
And a few others, namely the Alistar Corporation. Now, if by some stroke of luck you can get the elves to help us, and we can make a coordinated strike on the capital, we may just be able to push into the castle and destroy whatever's causing this. But I will say, it will take every resource we have to accomplish this, and we'll only get one shot.
Do not miss that chance.
But as
Flow.
things stand now, we are falling farther and farther into despair.
Yeah,
And so
that's
if we
what
are-
it's seeming like.
Well, if we are to strike, it must be soon. Sooner than later. I fear very, very soon we will lack any
Ah.
chance.
So what you're saying
Stand up to
is
them.
the quicker we can get there, the better.
Well, within reason.
Right. I'll have a talk with Kelwise about that. He's become quite the ship-shaped, speedy captain.
Well, I'm glad to hear you're all safe.
Yeah, well, Rezik lost a leg, but we're safe. We're
Least
all
of our worries.
alive.
Yeah. Let them know that Dresden's going around collecting an army and going to Adgarad,
Right,
so he's going to
right.
start heading that way as well.
Dresden's collecting an army and trying to head to Adgarad to also aid in everything. So
The rebels.
Do you want-
hopefully that's successful.
The X-Commission. Do you think you can succeed?
Well, he sure is a determined son of a gun. So anything he puts his mind to, he seems to get done one way or another. And he's really bossy, and people like listening to him. So I think there's a good chance. Honestly, he'll probably have a better chance with the commission than he had with us, because we don't like listening to him. So might actually go a lot quicker this way.
It's been so long since I've dared to hope. And hearing your voice, well, it's just been a long time.
I'm really sorry that we disappeared for so long without any trace. We had no idea.
Well, I trust that you were doing what needed to be done. But now that you're back, and Dresden's collecting an army to the west, and if you can aid with the elves to the north, we have some contacts in Keldar-Nix, and they can attack from the Southlands. We may just be able to push into the capital and stop this.
All right. Okay, good. Yes.
It's dangerous
absolutely.
to hope these days. So, please.
Well, you might not.
Safe.
Yeah. Well, if it's dangerous to hope, you don't have to hope. You just have to maybe have a little trust in us.
Maybe I trust only in you. Maybe our last beacon
my teeth. Nice.
of hope. And
I
hope
might
for
have
the
to
night.
change my name.
And he kind of looks. I must go.
All right. I'll try to contact you the next full moon.
I await to hear of your exploit with the elves. Do be safe, Trust.
You too.
And it goes silent. And you guys all kind of just take that in. I mean, this world has been ravaged. And it seems like even in his eyes, Rosma, any kind of gleam or glint he had of the former prince of the Edenbow house has just been what looks like beaten down one too many times. As you guys start to sail over the Mirage Forest, maybe a couple yards above the treetops as you're moving north towards Moragana. And as you're doing that, you see something. A large figure and a long line of trees that have just been trampled down. This big, almost dark starlight creature. Something very, very familiar to you. It's something you saw deep, deep in the Darthwood, in that cave. This creature, and following it, you see a wave of creatures moving unnaturally, kind of arms and legs and appendages moving, and they're moving slowly. And far up, you can see this bright orange glow of this, what looks like a small town. And you see little torches moving off to the east towards the mountains. And as you guys move closer and closer, Cornelia, you see the town of Tiny Boots aflame with a flood of creatures slashing and hacking, and you see a giant group of small gnomes clutching bags, some of them just with nothing but their shirts, fleeing far to the east through the forest, slowly being pursued by this army of undead. And that's where we're going to pick up next week.
Didn't we kill that giant thing, or were there more than one? We just ran away from it. There were a ton of them.
There were many of them walking around. Those things
Great,
that were
great,
jumping
great.
as the crystals were falling from the ceiling.
My people.
Your people.
Wait, it doesn't seem like there's anywhere that's been left alone from the ravages. Oh, it's so sad.
Thank you, everyone, for hanging out, spending your Monday night with us. We appreciate it. We'll be back again next Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific, to see how many of these gnomes I can kill.
Oh no!
At least he's honest about it.
Yeah. Hopefully they're like
gnomes.
childhood bullies or bullies or something. I don't know. Right?
Childhood
See how many
bullies.
gnomes we can save.
But let's be honest.
literally
Do
not
we
remember
think
her-
Cornelia was probably the childhood bully of her town, right?
Yeah.
No,
For sure.
she got bullied,
Definitely
which is why
was.
she acts the way she is now.
Hojin put gnome more. Aww.
Yeah.
No more.
Again, thank you so much for hanging out. We're gonna go probably to bed.
Gnomes.
Everyone have a good week. Please take care of yourself. Take care of each other. We'll see you next time on MinusOneCharisma, and have a wonderful evening. Good night.
Sweet
Good night.
dreams.
Be safe.